All right, let's get into it. We're talking about a 2009 film that did way more than just sell a bunch of tickets. It kicked off a massive conversation across Asia about what success really truly means. And the whole movie is basically a battle between two very simple but totally opposite ideas about life. First up, you've got this idea, right? Delivered by the film's antagonist, a guy nicknamed Virus. Life is a race. It's that voice in your head, that constant, relentless pressure to compete, to win, to crush everyone else. You hear it everywhere, from school to the office. And then there's this, the total opposite. This is the heart of the film's rebellion, a simple but honestly revolutionary idea from our hero Rancho. It flips the whole script on success. It's not about winning the race, it's about actually loving the run. So what is Three Idiots? Well, on the surface, it's this super funny coming-of-age story about three buddies trying to survive a crazy, demanding engineering college in India. It's packed with jokes you won't forget and some really emotional moments. But see, the movie is loosely based on a novel called 5 Point Someone, and it uses all that humor like a Trojan horse. It makes you laugh, gets your guard down, and then bam, it hits you with these really tough questions about what we're even doing in school. Is it about getting a grade, or is it about actually growing as a person? Now, the film explores these big ideas through its three main characters. And what's great is they aren't just, cookie-cutter heroes. Each one represents a very real, very human way of dealing with all that insane pressure. So you've got our three heroes, all best friends, but they are each fighting a totally different internal battle. First, there's Rancho. He's the freethinker, the rebel who questions absolutely everything. Then you have Farhan, who's an incredible artist stuck studying engineering just to make his dad happy. And finally, there's Raju. He's so weighed down by his family's struggles and this crippling fear of failure that he can barely even think straight. Their problems are really the soul of the movie. And the guy cranking up the pressure cooker? That would be him. Virus. He is the system. A director who cares about discipline, competition, and just memorizing facts, and that's it. He values that over everything else, including his students' actual well-being. And this is where we get to the real heart of the movie, this epic clash between schooling and real education. And it's not just about different ways to teach, no, it's a deep disagreement about the entire point of learning in the first place. So the film basically lays out two paths for you. On one side, you've got the Virus system. It's like a factory fueled by rote learning, just cramming information to ace a test without really getting it. The only goal is to get the best grade. But Rancho's philosophy, that's more like a garden. It's all about nurturing curiosity, truly understanding things, and then using that knowledge to solve actual problems in the real world. But here's the thing. The movie doesn't just point out what's wrong. It actually gives us an alternative. Through Rancho, it lays out this whole new way of thinking about life, and it's all built on three really powerful lessons. This is probably the most famous line from the entire movie. Rancho's whole point is this. Stop chasing what society tells you is success, the big paycheck, the fancy job title. Instead, just focus on becoming genuinely excellent at whatever it is you love to do. If you can do that, he says, success will basically just show up on its own. It's a byproduct. I bet you've heard this one, right? All is well. It became a massive cultural catchphrase. Now, as Rancho explains it, it's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's actually a clever mind hack. A way to manage your fear, to trick your easily scared heart into being brave so your brain can calm down, think clearly, and actually figure out a solution. And the final lesson, follow your passion, is shown perfectly through Farhan's story. Just look at this journey. He goes from being this unhappy, not-so-great engineering student, totally trapped by what his dad wants, to becoming a fulfilled, successful artist. It's this powerful example that real success isn't about checking off someone else's boxes. It's about living a life that's true to you. And you know what? This message, this idea of choosing your passion over all that pressure, it wasn't just something that resonated in India. It turned out to be a universal language. It's what turned Three Idiots from a big Bollywood movie into a genuine global phenomenon. I mean, the numbers really tell the story here. The film absolutely smashed box office records, becoming the highest-grossing Indian film of its time, pulling in a staggering $90 million worldwide. For a Bollywood comedy back in 2009, that was just unheard of. It proved its message hit a nerve far, far beyond India. And this wasn't some fluke. The film was a massive hit in places like China and South Korea. And why? because students there were watching their own lives on screen. The same insane pressure from school, the same heavy weight of their parents' expectations. It won a ton of awards in India, got nominated in Japan and China, and was even remade of Mexico and Tamil. For millions of people, it stopped being just an Indian story. It was their story. But we're not just talking about ticket sales here. This movie actually made waves. It started real, honest conversations about fixing broken education systems all across Asia. In China, it became such a cult classic that some universities reportedly started showing it to their students as a kind of stress therapy, a way it helped them cope with the very pressures the film was calling out. Which brings us right back to the question at the core of the film, and it's just as important today as it was back in 2009. In a world that's still obsessed with rankings and grades and credentials, Three Idiots just asks us to take a breath and think about what really matters more, the piece of paper you hang on the wall or the knowledge and the passion you carry in your heart.